Alright, I want to share an article that I came across earlier today. I'm going to read the article and I'm going to provide the link to the article in the description section of this video so you can read the article yourself. The title of the article is Boxer 15 Dies After Bout at Russian Youth Tournament, Moscow. A criminal investigation was opened after a 15-year-old boxer died following a competitive bout at a Russian youth tournament. Anton Sidorov was knocked down twice in a fight Saturday following blows to the head at a sports club in the city of Vladimir, about 110 miles east of Moscow, the main investigative agency of the region said. After the referee ended the fight, reportedly Sidorov's third bout of the tournament, the young boxer began to have convulsions. He was treated by medical staff at the scene but died in an ambulance. Investigators said in a statement that the case is being handled as a criminal matter of death caused by negligence, saying an earlier head injury could have played a role in Sidorov's death. The investigation has already established information that the child's health required extra attention because of a serious head injury he had suffered several years before, the regional branch of the Federal Investigative Committee said. Alexander Kiryokin, head of the regional health department, said that Sidorov was a student at a local state sports academy, was not medically fit to fight. Regional Governor Solana Orlova ordered an investigation Monday into how he was medically cleared to take part in the competition. Authorities also said that the tournament had been organized without input from the Regional Boxing Federation. Alright, so here's just more direct evidence to prove my statements in the past. You know, all these videos that I've made pretty much protesting combat sport. You know, from boxing to cage fighting to football to, you know, wrestling to these competitive violent sports. And it's not only that children should not get involved, but even adults should not get involved. At least not in a competitive context where people are just continually being pushed and encouraged to exceed their limitations. And, you know, being a father myself, a father of 5, you know, I just could not imagine encouraging my children to get involved with something so unhealthy, so risky, so much life damaging. You know, it's like, it's worse. You know, getting your child involved in combat sports such as, you know, boxing, cage fighting, whatever, it's worse than encouraging your child to smoke weed, smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, you know, have unprotected sex. I mean, these things are worse. I mean, this resulted in the death of the 15-year-old. And this is not fighting for your life. This is putting yourself in this situation willingly to destroy your health. You know, and this is not the right approach. And this, to me, it is not martial arts. You know, this is not a positive thing for the society. And people say, oh, you know, children shouldn't get involved, but if you're an adult, you should be able to do what you want. Okay, fine, you could say that, you should do what you want, but the law still governs us as people. The law says that I cannot go into a store and steal an apple. You know, if I do, then I could get arrested. The law says that I'm not allowed to do that. You know, but then the law says that you're allowed to go to, you know, in a boxing ring, hurt somebody else, and get yourself hurt and injured. The law says that I cannot drive my car without my seatbelt on unless, otherwise I get a ticket. The law says that I cannot drive without car insurance. The law says that I need to drive at a certain speed limit. the law controls and dictates so much of what we do. The law says that you need to pay taxes, and we're expected to follow the law. So what I'm criticizing is how in the hell does the law allow for such a thing as combat sport to even exist? Because if the law wanted to, they could put an end to it immediately, and then people would be forced to find pleasure in other forms of activities that are healthier for society. You know, there's certain things that the law will not stop, which is such as underground fighting and the use of drugs, people killing each other, but the law at least still tries. You know, like, they try to stop people from gambling. They try to stop prostitution. They try to stop, underage children from drinking alcohol. They do what they can to stop, activities that are just not healthy for society. But yet when it comes to combat sport, the law is not being responsible. So they're doing a criminal investigation because of negligence. Well, somebody should do a criminal investigation to the entire law, to all the lawmakers, not just in Russia but in America, for their negligence and to even allow human beings to participate in these types of violent activities on such a global scale as a means of entertainment. That to me is absurd. That to me is just, it's very shameful that there could be a boxing match such as Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao, and then the whole world is watching, and then they're throwing in billions of dollars to just watch two people fight to hurt each other. That's where we as people want to put our energy. We as people is what we want to be entertained by. That to me is shameful as humans. We have enough glorification of violence as it is, from video games to movies, which movies are a source of entertainment, and they're trying to tell a story, but it's fantasy because it's a movie. And video games is digital. It's not real, it's fantasy. And that's already glorifying violence enough as it is. And then we even got music that glorifies violence, but it's just words and melodies. But when you're talking about combat sport, and then there's people that are really hurting each other for the entertainment of the people, that is when we're stepping into very unintelligent behavior. And we need to criticize ourselves for watching these events. We need to criticize the people participating within the events. We need to criticize the governments for allowing these sort of events to even occur. And I think there's just a lot of changes that need to be done within the governmental level as well as the individual level. And also as parents, like, to allow our children to get involved with these things. And then as parents to even watch these activities, and then as adults to even participate in these activities. Once you participate in these activities, it's almost a guarantee that your children will also support it and participate themselves. So that as an adult, if you want to smoke cigarettes for your whole life, then chances are your children are going to pick up the habit just like you. As an adult, if you just want to drink alcohol and become alcoholic for your whole life, then you're just giving permission for your children to do the same. And it just becomes a repetitive cycle of unintelligent behavior. And how many deaths need to occur in order for people to open their eyes? How many concussions do athletes have to receive in order for people to open their eyes? How much violence do you need to see in order to be satisfied? How many people do you need to see getting knocked out in order to satisfy that inner craving of seeing violence? How many deaths do you need to see in order to finally get sick of it? I think that the intelligent person, the spiritual person, can learn quicker and see that this behavior is not the true way. That this is something that we need to fix within ourselves, that we need to fix within this society. And sure, there's much worse things going on in this world besides combat sport. But as I've stated in the past, martial arts means a lot to me. And this topic is important to me because people affiliate martial arts with combat sports quite often, and there wouldn't even really be combat sport if it wasn't for the martial arts. And I just see that people that are truly interested in the martial arts have to really see clearly that what is occurring within combat sports is not martial arts, and that's not something that we should support as martial artists. Is something that we should speak against, and something that we need to put forth effort to educate the people that there is a better way.